Taylor Swift, the greatest live act what you can watch on whole planet Earth. Is this true? We will discuss this. If you say no, that cannot be, why are they saying this? You are absolutely right on this channel now, on that video. But also when you say, yeah, absolutely, she deserves this, also there you are right on the channel. We will discuss this, but before we will go into it, I have a question. What is going on with music today, you know? Especially on YouTube, you know? I'm not a sponsored guy. I get nothing for that, what I'm saying. I have no advertisement. If there is something in, I get nothing for it. But you see a lot of YouTubers who have nothing to do with music, but they now make all reactions. And why? Because they earn money. Many of them, not all of course, but many of them, they were never into music. They search now, I will talk now about this famous artist, I search this song, this, that, because they hope with the name they get a lot of views and they get a lot of money. And then they didn't even know what is Montreux, what is Auditorium Stravinsky, you know, one of the biggest halls what we ever had on planet Earth from the quality of music. What about Royal Albert Hall, you know? They don't even know that, they don't even know where these places are, they have never heard of this, you know. Same sporting club, you know, Monaco, where the World Music Awards were there. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson had great performances in there. And so now we get into it. Taylor Swift, I heard it so often, the biggest name in the game, the best live performer what you can watch on planet Earth, absolutely outstanding, the best ever, and on and on and on. And you have read it in my thumbnail. What about Helene Fischer? If you come from the US, maybe you have not heard of that name. Maybe, but maybe of course you have heard of that name. I don't know. We are here in Europe, you know. But also you have read Netrebko. And now we will discuss this. And I tell you right now, if I would have a Taylor Swift t-shirt or a cap, I would wear it because I'm also a Taylor Swift fan. So we go into that with that nice view. And I can tell you also here on that side there was Netrebko. She was here to relax a few years ago, you know, private, not for a concert or anything, was around, yeah, there it was, you know, and so it is. Now, Taylor Swift, you know, big name, the biggest name out there right now in music industry. She sells millions of things, you know, always in the charts on the top and on and on and on. And live performances, now she was in Munich, you know, we have seen maybe the picture, there were around 70,000 in the building, you know, outdoor, and there were sitting another 20, 30, 40,000 on the hill beside, private, where you don't have to pay. They all listened, you know. But does that mean that you are the best live act out there? That is very questionable, you know. Because there are a lot of names out there in the game, and there starts the discussion, you know. When you come from jazz, maybe you will say, well, all other is not good. When you come from blues, you will say the same. When you come from metal, you will maybe not like other styles of music. You know what I mean? So it is very hard, and in music, it doesn't go who is better or not. But you can, when you have seen a lot, for sure judge if something was better, you know, musician-like, or not. But it is very hard to do. Do you do it in the pop business only, or will you judge a pop performance with a jazz performance, you know? These are different levels, you know. A classical performance, whatever. But when I hear that sentence, I have to say, wow, I do me very hard, you know, to say the best live act what exists. So I will make it in other words now, you know. What about Helene Fischer and Netrebko? So in my opinion, you know, it's only my opinion, Netrebko is the best singer in the world. You know, right now, to me, the best singer on whole planet Earth, and that it is, you know. Because when you go into it, what level can someone produce, the work what you have to put in to sing like an Netrebko is complete other category. When you make it neutral, you know. But then of course this is classical and this is more pop, you know. But you know, to me Netrebko is #1 in the world. Then about Helene Fischer. To say you that, if you don't know her, if you're from the US maybe, Also from Germany. This is a little bit the same to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, you love her, you like her, this is all the best, or you say, bah, no Taylor Swift. They are those both worlds. Between, it's not that much where someone says, yeah, I like it, but not that much. They say, I love it. No, that is not good, you know. And the same is with Helene Fischer. But I can tell you right now, Helene Fischer, singer from Germany, you know, if she would have lived in the US or have gone 10 years ago to the US, maybe we would talk now in the video, is Helene Fischer the best in the world? You know, I tell you that. To me, she would be an absolutely superstar in the music business, you know, and that is why I've written it in the thumbnail. And it's not a comparison, oh, is she better than Taylor Swift? Oh, that cannot be, or to make a clickbait. You know, when you know how YouTube works, then you can make such thumbnails where people get angry. Wow, what is this guy talking? Or in other ways, what is this person saying? That is not true, I have to write, that is not true. They do that extra. That there are a lot of commentaries, that they get recognition, that they get views, that they get money. You know what I mean? And that is not in my sense. I will say Taylor Swift is on that side now, but we talk only about Helene Fischer right now. So there's the same, people love her, they are the fans, and then there's the other side where they say, oh my gosh, Helene Fischer, wow, that is the traditional music, you know, but what is that? There's nothing. But let me explain you that. Helene Fischer is absolutely a world-class singer, you know, world-class. And if you don't know it, I can tell you, she has performed live, for example, with Queen, you know, when Adam Lambert has sang Brian May on the guitar, you know, to many, Brian May is considered the best rock guitarist of all time, and she has performed with them, you know. She has performed with Bryan Adams, you know. She has performed with James Blunt. She has performed with a lot of guys, you know, and girls. For example, with Josh Groban she has performed. And then there was a performance with Peter Maffay, he's also from Germany, with the band of Peter Maffay, what is also the original band of Udo Lindenberg, one of the greatest in Germany, with the Panikorchester. One of the best bands out there what exists, you know, especially in Germany. They are so good, in my opinion, with Peter Maffay at their best. They could perform as headliner at Montreux Jazz Festival, you know, is my opinion. And she has performed with all of those names, you know. And one name, she has performed with one of the greatest and most beautiful voices what we have ever had on planet Earth, with Andrea Bocelli, you know. Andrea Bocelli, and she has performed often with him. And she was there in Italy at, well, what is the, I always forget the name, the location in Italy. So a high society location, with P it starts. But sometimes you forget something, you know. I have it in my head, but I don't cut it out. So I cannot say it now, maybe it comes back to my mind. But she has performed there in 2012 with Andrea Bocelli. Absolutely fantastic, with a live band. And in the audience was, for example, sitting Paul Anka. So she is very, very well known by the world-class musicians around the world, you know, but not maybe in the audience, because she fits more the German-speaking market. Is there the biggest stars for many, many years, you know. She was the #1. She wanted to stay here, because when you want to get international, then you have to leave it and go to the US and make there things. She could have done this easily, in my opinion, but then you have to stay there, make to put your name out in the game, you know, by Jimmy Fallon or by such names, you know what I mean. And she did it here. But I can tell you, when we come back to Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift made now this performance where all people were talking. 70,000 in the building, the big hill, that looks impressive, of course. But what did Helene Fischer? She played also in Munich 2 years ago in front of 130,000 people. You know, with tickets, 130,000. You know what I mean? So you can judge for your own, yeah. And then, for example, she has performed with one of the best voices also, again, beside of Bocelli. she has sang with Tom Jones, you know, his song Sex Bomb. You can watch that. I will link all in the description. Then you can watch how good she can sing and perform. In my opinion, absolutely world class. You know, she has all the tools. Also, how she performs on a stage, what she does is outstanding. Yeah, she makes performances like a Pink, you know, really where you have to be in a physical condition, where you have to train for, really train for. She's 100%, in my opinion, professional. Yeah, and that song with Tom Jones, with one of the best who has ever sang, when you watch that together, then you see she is world class. Yeah, and the other name, and that is also outstanding, she sang with Udo Jürgens. If you don't know him when you are from the US or wherever, I tell you, he is a genius in the music game. You know, he is from my country, from Austria, and Udo Jürgens is an absolutely giant. When you are into music and you heard that name, that was a musical giant. You know, he lived then in Zurich in Switzerland. Greetings to Zurich. We have a subscriber from there. We have more subscribers from there, what I know now. And Udo Jürgens, when you watch him, watch the performance, you know, he was the greatest of my country, beside the names, for example, like Joe Zawinul, yeah, international superstar, yeah, in the game when it comes to jazz, Miles Davis, you know, beside of Herbert von Karajan, yeah, one of the biggest names in the game, and Falco, yeah, for example, and some others. So, and when you watch how she performed in front of him, yeah, and when he puts his microphone away and he has performed with the best out there, yeah, he has a background singer in his game, in his band, who won the best double for Tina Turner. Yeah, he had this in his band. He knows all of that, you know, what was going on in the world. And when he puts away his microphone and starts to clap, and you see it in his eyes, then you know how good this girl is, of Helene Fischer. And I tell you that if she would be in the US and has made there her career and go on and on and on, she had the connections. We would talk now maybe also about Taylor Swift, but believe me, Helene Fischer would also be at top of the game. Really. Watch out those performances, and they are really outstanding, you know. And this is really high end what she makes there, yeah. And so we come back now to Taylor Swift, yeah. What is my opinion, you know? My opinion does no one interest, you know. Normally you should only say something when you are at least that good, you know. And I told she is very good, yeah. She is right now the biggest name in the music game, yeah, in my opinion. Before of Billie Eilish, before of Drake, before, what was the most streamed artist? Bad Bunny, 1-2 years ago, he was always in the Raw on Spotify, the most streamed artist in the world. Here by us, almost no one knows him. In South America, Puerto Rico, they know this guy, you know, very big. But for example, when it comes to charts, you know, that to me says nothing, you know. Charts is always a thing. You never know, is this real or not? Does someone pay it? Did that you get number one? Not, you know, I will not say something, but you can even be number one when you have nothing to do with music. You can put in some name, an actor who has never sang, you put in autotune, you produce a song, and then he gets number one. But does that mean that it is good? You know, from a musician side, it is not good. From a popularity, it will be, yeah, it is the number one. You know what I mean? And on the other side, there are countries, when you put in the money, I have seen documentaries, then you get number one spot. And when you are number one spot, then you are in the game, you are well known, and it goes on and on. You know what I mean? So on that point, I don't judge something. Because what is going on with music? For example, Rolling Stone made out a new list with the best guitarists of all time. Back in the day, I think it was 2003, top number 2 spot of all time, greatest guitarist was Eric Clapton. Back then he was a god, you know. Of course, when Jimi Hendrix entered London, you know what was going on there then. But he was a god back then, and he was number 2. And now they have changed it and made a new list, and now Eric Clapton is only 35. Where can this be? And for example, the singer of Metallica, James Hetfield, was back then, I think, 87, and now he is before Eric Clapton, and that is something. There I am out, you know. I am a big fan of Metallica, you know. I've seen them. When was it? 1991, 1992 or so in Moscow. Yeah, absolutely legendary. I know guys who have known them personally, you know. I've talked with them. I know a lot of stuff. But to put Clapton behind of the singer of Metallica, sorry, I'm out. And when Joe Bonamassa is behind of the singer of Metallica, you know, I don't get it, you know. And another thing, Andy Dillman, for example, will never enter in a top 100 spot. One of the greatest guitarists we have ever had. Of course he will not enter in, because almost no one knows him. He has played the guitar behind of his back before Hendrix did it, you know. He was also here, you know, in the main of city many decades ago. But it's another story, you know. And also the greatest singer of all time, the top 200 new list. And who is not in there? Celine Dion. I mean, then, when you know that, you know, forget it. I don't have to talk more. Yeah. On what do you judge that? You know, this is really strange, but again, it is very tough to judge. But that is something in general why you are out. You know, when you say Celine Dion is not in the top 100, I'm out. You know, I'm not interested anymore. And so Taylor Swift, yeah, biggest name in the game, before all others, before Billie Eilish, I would say absolutely yes. The performance, like what she does now, the big arena events, she makes it a real spectacle, I think it's called in English. And that what she does, she makes perfect, you know, really perfect. And I also think in private, she's a really nice person, but I also think she knows what she wants. And that what you see there fits perfect in what the people want to see nowadays. So she makes all perfect. She can sing really good. You know, I have seen a lot of things of her live, absolutely great. But what you see at the concerts, I think is not that representing what she could do really. You know, when you have background singers, the dancers and this and that, you know, this is more a big game, you know, and that fits. You see it. She sells, the people come, the people love it. All is sold out. That is a real big thing. People have the times of their life when they say, "Boy, the greatest they have ever seen." Made all right, you know, absolutely great and perfect. But I will tell you a beside story. Then I ask you, what about, for example, a Bruce Springsteen or a Prince? You know, when they shown up, they had 100 songs plus minus in their petto. And when they were on the stage and they have seen the program doesn't fit, they made this, and they could choose 30 other songs what they can play with their band, because they have all done at their gyms. I call it at the gyms where they train, you know. You know the difference. When you have 100 plus minus songs where you can say, bam, now we play a complete other set list. And the other guys make their 30, 40 songs around, and they make on each concert the same. They have nothing other in petto. You know what I mean? And performance like, then I ask you, what about a Michael Jackson? A Michael Jackson on a stage was a master, you know, a master with the movement, absolutely a master. And that you can decide for your own, you know. And I also put in a video what you can watch, and then it answers, you know. I put in, this is a few years ago, Michael Bolton with Van Johnson. Watch that duet. And that is to me the world-class high-end level what exists when it comes to live performance. When we only judge live performance, not the show, not those things, nothing. You know, for example, Montreux Jazz Festival. The show means nothing. There only the music is that what you want to see. You know, at Montreux, Quincy Jones called it the Rolls-Royce of music festivals in the world. And nowadays, most of the people don't know where Montreux is. There's what? Montreux, the biggest, almost biggest music archive what the world has from music. Almost everyone was there, you know. And that is what I don't get then, you know. When we lose all that things that we have to remember, you know. You know what I mean? But it's so Helene Fischer, with all those names, when we come back to this, what she has performed, you know, she's so well known in the music game, yeah. That is really, you can watch her when she has sang with Gregory Porter, for example, yeah. This is really, really outstanding. And so when we come now to an end, is Taylor Swift the greatest performer of our time? Then you can answer it with yes and no. Yes, she's the biggest name in the game. Yes, most of the people in the world want to see her and nothing else. But when it comes to live performance on a stage, only the music speaking and nothing else, absolutely fantastic. But you have to say in a neutral way, when you hear an Netrebko, you know, and that is not, because nowadays when you say, she or he is not the best, when you are number 2, it cannot be good. That is nowadays what we are talking. And that is not good, but in a neutral way, what Netrebko did is, in my opinion, singing like a complete other league, what I see there. But it does not mean it is bad. Yeah, that is also excellent, but we have to see it neutral. You know, the work what you put in. When other groups have 100 songs in their petto, that is so much to do, you know. But absolutely, she is great, Taylor Swift, you know. Absolutely great, fits all in, makes it perfect, and I like it very, very much, you know. And that it is, you know. So I cannot say more. Now you can judge for your own. We love them all, you know. We love Helene Fischer, we love Netrebko, we love Taylor Swift, all different kind of things, but Swift really a great deal, you know. And yeah, I don't want to say more. Absolutely fantastic. And so now it is up to you what you think. So I hope you enjoyed it from our beautiful city with that Saturday evening, you know, and hopefully, you know, we can see all 3 of them. That would be the perfect way to enjoy it, you know, enjoy it. I tell you one other thing, the last thing, enjoy a concert. Put in a handy, okay, 1-2 songs, but enjoy it. Most people out there have only their smartphone. When you watch a concert, back in the days, you know, you watched the concert, you enjoyed it. And nowadays, all people have their smartphone, watch. What is this, you know? For example, Billie Eilish put away the smartphone from fans. You know, because you should enjoy it. Prince also did that, you know. He said, no smartphones allowed, otherwise you fall out of the arena. Yeah, you should enjoy it, really. Believe me that. And don't judge better not. No, enjoy it and then make your decision for your own, what was best. And that is the most important thing. In that sense, we will see us again. Until then, bye and ciao.